Question 1. Two identical squares ABCD and EFGC are overlapped. ABCD, this is the first square, and EFGC, this is the second square. AH is equal to HB is equal to EH is equal to HF. What they mean is this is equal to this and this is equal to this. The shaded area over here is 72 cm squared. Find the perimeter of the shaded part. We shall first begin by dividing this into 2. What happened to the area? We divide it by 2, so 72 divided by 2, that will give you 36. 36 on each side. However, let's just focus on this right angle triangle. I'm going to draw one single line down, vertically down. What do you see? If this is 36, okay. What about this portion here? This right angle triangle. It must also be 36. Am I right? This right angle triangle is actually half of this rectangle. Hence, this must also be 36. And if this rectangle is half of this entire square, what can we say about this area also? This area must be 72. Make sense? Yes? So the area of this entire square is 72 plus another 72. The first step, area of square, this will be A, B, C, D. And that will be 72 cm square times 2. Alright? To give us 144 cm square. And from here, are we able to figure out the length? The length of square will be 12. Because we know that 12 times 12 will give us 144. Let's adjust the diagram a bit to isolate what we needed to find. Given that right now we know that the length is 12, are we able to figure out the perimeter of the shaded part? So this is 12, this is 12, and given that earlier we mentioned that they are equal in length, which means this must be 6 and this must be 6. So this is 6 centimeter, 6 centimeter. Hence the perimeter of the shaded part is equal to 12 plus 12 plus 6 plus 6, the whole thing cm. That should give you 36 as the answer. Next. Question 2. Two sticks A and B are joined together. The length of stick B is 3/7 the length of stick A. What it means is stick B is actually 3 units, where stick A is 7 units. What is the length of the part that is joined together? So this is what we need to find out, the overlapping length. The way to approach this question is to visualize moving stick A over to the right side. And we are going to move it 16 centimeters exactly, such that they meet at this point over here. So I'm going to shift it for everyone to see. Let me first cut out stick A. Before I start shifting it, I want everyone to take note, to notice this distance over here. All right, the gap over here is 56 centimeters right now. As I start shifting stick A to the right, centimeter by centimeter, think about what happens to the length here. Is it increasing or decreasing or stays the same? All right, so I'm going to start shifting it centimeter by centimeter. In fact, I'm going to shift it 16 cm until it touches here, alignment between A and B. And obviously, this portion is going to disappear. Okay. Now, think about it. What is the gap here? As I shift 1 centimeter by centimeter, over here it's going to reduce by the same amount. Therefore, the gap here will be reduced by 16 centimeter. Exactly. And what is this gap here? This gap is the difference between A and B. What is the difference between A and B? 4 units. Therefore, the first step, 4 units is equal to 56 centimeters minus 16 to give us 40. What is 1 unit? 40 centimeter divided by 4 to give us 10. As of now, let me undo my drawings. And let me shift everything away to get back to the original. To figure out the gap here, we can either find out the length of A, then minus away 56, or we can find the length of B and minus 16. So I'm just going to go with using the length of stick B. Length of stick B is 3 units. That will give you 30. From here, we can figure out this part. Length of the part that is joined together. That will give 30 minus 16 to give you the answer of 14 cm. Next. Question 3. The area of square JKLM is 160 cm square more than the area of square EFGH. The area of square EFGH is 3 times, thrice, the area of square ABCD. What is the length of KL? Which is this length. Essentially, length of KL is just what is the length of the outer biggest square. Let's analyze the first sentence. The area of square JKLM, over here, the outer square, is 160 cm square more than the area of square EFGH over here. This is what I will just call this a slanted square for easier reference, meaning this portion over here, this plus this plus this plus this must be equal to 160, isn't it? If you take the outer square, you minus away the area of the slanted square, you'll just be left with the difference. And in this case, it is 160. Given that each of them are identical triangles, am I right? Therefore, we take 160 divided by 4, we will get 40, 40, 40, and 40. Next, let's focus on this triangle over here. Let me just highlight this portion here, 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 here. You look at each of them. They are the same as this area. We take a rectangle, we cut it diagonally across, you will get two equal triangle. Am I right? So if this is 40, this must also be 40. So I'm going to write 40, 40, 40, and 40. Next sentence. The area of square EFGH, the slanted one, is 3 times the area of the square ABCD. This slanted square has 3 times the area of this small little ABCD over here. What it means in terms of model, probably when I draw the model, it might be easier for some of you to see it. We have EFGH, which is the slanted square, and we have ABCD, the small square. The slanted square is 3 times the area of the small one. What is this 2 area here? These 2 units here. These 2 units is the difference between the slanted square and the small square, which happens to be 40, 40, 40, 40, isn't it? I take the slanted square, I minus away ABCD, I'll be left with here, which is 160. The first step that we're going to write is 2 units is equal to 160 cm square. And 1 unit, which is the area of square ABCD, is just divided by 2 to give us 80. Hence, this is 80 cm square. Next, can we figure out the area of this entire square right now? We can, right? We just add up everything. Next step, area of square JKLM. That would be 80 cm square first. We're going to plus how many 40? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them. Plus 8 times 40 cm square to give you a total of 400. Which we know in order to get 400 cm square, the only way is 20 times 20. This is the only dimension that makes sense for a square to get 400. Alright. Last, we can write the answer. Length of KL is equal to 20. Question 4. Some dots and circles are marked on a square paper. This is the dots and this is the circle. The dots and circles are spaced out equally as shown below. So this is 6 cm over here. It's spaced out slightly wider. In between each circle, therefore it's 9 cm. There are 14 more dots than circles in total. What is the length of the square paper? What we are going to do is to create more patterns and then we can compare. We know that for the dots, imagine, okay, I'm going to shift the dots up here. 6 cm, and we need to have another set, something like this, another 6 centimeters, and let's have one more. Okay, then let's find an equal distance. The reason why I stop here, 6, 6, 6, 18, because it is a multiple of 9. Hence, I can actually do something like this. Not really drawn to scale, but I hope you get the idea of what I'm trying to achieve here. Alright, so as you can see, for every 18 centimeter along the paper, for every 18 centimeter, how many dots and how many circles are there? For every 18 centimeter, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 dots and 5 circles. Hence, given that for every 18 centimeter, the difference between them is 2, how many sets, how many groups of this must we continue to arrive at 14? Alright, so probably I will represent my working maybe using a table. Let me make this smaller and shift it down here so that I have the space to write my working. This is how I'm going to construct my table. I can just start with length. Next is number of dots. Number of circles. And next is difference between them. Okay, for every 18 centimeter, we will have, as mentioned, 7 dots and 5 circles. 7 dots, 5 circles, and the difference will be 2. Let me maybe write cm. If the pattern continues, 3 dots to show that it's continuing. How many do we need to arrive at 14? Okay, this is your ratio, isn't it? For every 18 centimeters, there will be 7 dots, 5 circles, and the difference between the dots and the number of dots and the number of circles will be 2. To arrive at 14, we need to multiply by 7. Hence, this will be 35. 7 times 7 will be 49. These are equivalent ratio. 18 times 7 will be 20 times 7 minus 14. That will give you 140 minus 14. That will be 126. The distance, what it means is, in order for there to be a 14 difference between the dots and circle, the whole stretch will be from here all the way to here. This will run 126 cm. Okay, hence we can write the final stat, which is the length of the square paper. It is not just 126, isn't it? We need to plus what? The 2 cm and 2 cm over here, which is plus 4, and that will be 130 cm. That is the answer.